as much as everyone knows my stance, yeah, they took it to Winnipeg and Montembeault. I don't know what the fuck this guy went from last year to this year.
I want to
And
talk about him. I don't know if you
yeah,
have it
I
ready.
thought I should mention him.
I do.
Yeah, go for it.
We're
Let's
gonna get
go
to that
for it.
press conference of what Ken Hughes said, but
Joe,
man,
perfect.
he played like an NHL goalie. Like, do we have one? Maybe not a starter. I'll never. He still doesn't convince me enough to be a number one, but a hell of a number two. Yes.
No. Yeah, right.
But like,
he's not a number one, Sammy.
Not yet, but he's
not
because
yet.
he has lack of experience. Add more. Look at the way he's playing now. You give him a bit more years. Like that could be a starter.
forgetting. I always think he's a little older. He's not. For an NHL goalie,
He's 24.
He's not. Dude, that's young for a goalie.
That's young for a goalie.
Shesterkin made it big at the age of 26, I believe. Correct.
Zoop, remember, the goalie,
but
goalies' projection and age are always pushed back a bit because they're later to develop, but they can also last longer.
Got it.
So 24 is very young for a guy like Montembeault.
So look, you got to ask that question because the way he's playing now compared to the way he played last year is night and day.
Oh yeah, he's definitely progressed.
There's no denying that. And listen, the reason why the Canadians won certain games, I'm echoing a little bit, huh?
Okay.
The reason why the Canadians won certain games the way they did is because of goaltenders, and a lot of that's because of Montembeault's play. Like,
and he's playing that with no one in front of him. Imagine a defensive core in front of him,
or even our core that it's going to get better with experience.
That's going to get exactly like he's playing with. Look, they're all rookies on defense.
Nothing. He's playing with nothing, and look what he's doing.
And the good rookies are injured too.
I liked what's his name, Jesse Ylonen.
Jesse Ylonen.
I'm impressed.
I gotta ask before we finish on Montembeault, did we change goalie coach? Like, I'm trying to find some reason of, maybe it's just, I guess, experience, but do we change anybody in terms of developing our goaltenders or a different way of either playing or preparing for games? No, right?
I don't think Sean Burke is part of the organization.
Yeah, I think he's gone.
No, it's not Burke. Last I remember, Marc Bergevin appointed was Eric Raymond once he left.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it still him?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't know. I thought maybe there was some sort of change because.
Well, it was until last year. Like this year, I'm not sure. Because mentions shit.
Because just with progressions in players and goaltenders, I mean, the way I see it, you can see slowly getting better and better. This is not going from, getting a little better each year. This is like going from absolutely shit.
Trash. He was trash last year. Let's be honest.
To saving Montreal's ass with like 30, 40, almost 50 saves a game.
Well, the game against the Rangers on Sunday, the late afternoon Sunday game against the Rangers, he was excellent. He made 38, 39 saves.
Yeah, exactly.
And this against guys like you're up against Zibanejad, you're up against Panarin, you're up against Kreider.
Some guys, I guess, when you just figure it out or when just clicks in their head, that's the way I look at it.
I don't know if it's that, Joey, but I've been noticing the last month, I would say, they're making the goalies, like the Habs, I'm saying, they're making their goalie get the game a little more open. So there's less screening, I find, which means, like, I don't know if that's the D trying to open up the lanes. Yes, they're shooting more, but he could see the shots versus 4 fucking players in front screening the shot and then it goes in, which was the case last year.
Those were the type of defensemen we have. So this is maybe some of the shifts we've seen, like a Weber, Edmondson, Sherrod. Those are more guys that are going to collapse.
Yeah.
They're like, Savard is one of those types. They're going to collapse down low, block everything, try to get in front of every puck.
So they don't have that anymore.
Yeah, they do. It's a mix. You have more guys that are faster on their skates, maybe better perimeter rather than, in front of the goaltender chasing the puck. So there's a lot that factor into it.
Factor in. I believe he's a lot more confident than he was last year. He looks a lot more. I think his tracking of the puck is a lot better, and therefore his movements make it easier for him to make that save.
Yeah,
it definitely looks that way, at least in my point of view.
Do you think Florida could still use him the way their goalies are playing? I mentioned Florida because that's what kind of gave him
I mean,
he's probably playing them tomorrow.
Look, he's today in the conference they said he's not in the trade block. Okay, he's not a guy who he's on the. So it was the question was like he's on the no trade list, and you would never expect that, right? He'd be your number one guy that you would want to trade. But first of all, I mean, we do need a goalie, right? We've been saying this almost every episode. That's what we lack, and this and that. But he's been showing signs that he. I don't want to jump the gun here, guys. I mean, he is getting better, but I want to say he's our future number one. But he's going the right path. He's going the right direction of proving that he could be one.
He is.
At experience and at a team in front of him, and his age, he could be a good number one. Now, that being said, I mean, I wouldn't get rid of him because then you're going to start over again. And two, who's going to want to pick up Montembeault? Like, trade deadline is someone who wants to contend for the Stanley Cup. Who's going to want to pick up Montembeault to contend the Stanley Cup, right? There's nobody. So I don't see him gone this season.
No, but I don't think he was ever. I don't think he was ever part of a training of a trade plan to begin with. He never. He never was, and not the way they signed him. I don't think so either. So I'm hoping that Anthony, you're right in the aspect that he trends upwards, progresses, keeps progressing, shows the potential. And listen, if he's not going to be a number one, he could be a fringe starter. And he could be, if all goes well, he could be that type of goalie, Auntie, that you said, like, we don't need a superstar goalie, but just good enough to make not only get us to the playoffs, but go through it.
Being hot at the right time.
Guys, and also remember, we've been spoiled with Price playing so many games and doing everything for Montreal. A lot of good goalies, not Price's level, or not Shesterkin, or
but that we said that
level. Yeah, you're going to need a good number two. So a fringe starter means usually you're a good number two at least. So if we get a number one, or he becomes what, you probably need two good goalies, and you go with, whoever the hot hand is. The playoffs. Colorado did it. Yeah, I mean, it worked, right? And
it's working. Look what they're doing in Boston. Boston doesn't have. They're not big goalies. Linus Ullmark he's a decent goalie.
6 goals a game.
Say that again.
It's like Boston scores like 6 goals a game. Like
they've got the team in front of them.
But the defense. I mean, obviously is helping. Sam, there was some insane stat where I think Boston gave up 40 goals the whole year, or 40. They're between 40 and 50.
They're on another fucking planet. Those
and Montreal. Them, it was the whole season, and Montreal was the exact same goals. They said about 40 to 45, but us, it was in like a month, and them it was the entire season. So I was like, wow, yeah, they're really on another planet. They're far ahead of every team in the entire league. Anyways, let's go back to our goalie situation.
Yeah, but you said it, Joey, and we've said this many times at the beginning when we were concerned about Price. Our fan base and the whole Montreal Canadiens, we were spoiled, very spoiled, with a Carey Price. No team had a Carey Price for generations. We were just very lucky that we had a guy who carried the team on his shoulders, who was our number one player, the heart and soul of this team, and the guy who would win his games. Okay, and we've always depended on him. We were building a team around him, which was something wrong to do, because now we're paying for that price. We're paying that price right now. No pun intended.
No pun intended. Yeah.
I said, I was like, "What the hell?"
Price is right, bitch.
But just to say, we were building a team around him. Now that he's gone, everybody's freaking out that we don't have a goalie, the right goalie. But again, we're not going to get another Carey Price, so we need to focus on someone like an Allen or a Montembeault who could be a good experienced goalie that could win his games and get that hot hand at the right time to potentially win the Stanley Cup. Because I'm telling you right now, listen to all our listeners out there, you're not getting another Carey Price ever again.
But it's not what we need. That's not.
I know.
We don't going to become a champion. And to be honest, if you do get another Carey Price, you might put yourself in the same trouble, because a Carey Price needs to get paid, whether or not you like it. That type of goaltender needs to get paid. And when you do that, well, that's where the salary cap comes in. You're not going to have that for the other talent you have on your team. You're going to have to remove some of the talent in front of that superstar goalie. So we get the right goalie with the right team in front of him. I think that's the recipe for success. And maybe Montembeault, I can't believe I'm saying this, maybe Montembeault could be one of those players. I mean,
I can't believe you're saying this, Joey.
I
What?
Man, people
What?
change.
What fucking twilight zone are we living in? I don't know if I'd rather see Dadonov score 2 goals or hear you talk about Montembeault that way.
Sam, I listened to because I knew this was gonna come up when we decided to have the episode. I don't remember which one it was. I listened to there was Montembeault either in the title or one of the clips. Like, let me listen to a part of this episode.
Okay.
We shit on Montembeault so much.
We did.
Myself,
Well, yeah.
I was oh my god! And now I'm talking about him being like, at least a serviceable player. Like, that's a huge improvement.
But let's be fair here. Who here amongst us expected Montembeault to play the way he did? Like,
Nobody.
Not me.
Nobody.
Nobody did.
No one.
So like at the same time too, we have a bit. Look, I guess as fans, as people that critique the game, not the person, we had that right to be like, is this organization sure that they should be going with this guy? Look, last year he looked like he couldn't save a beach ball. I don't know what he did during the offseason. I don't know what he did during the offseason. I don't know what fucking protein shakes he took or what he's eating. Listen, he deserves all the credit in the world. Like, we started seeing that at the beginning of the season, but now it's like, okay, there's it's not written in stone yet, but it's almost there where it's like, okay, no, like he's becoming a very good goalie.
He's going the right path. He's going the right direction.
And Sam, to end off on it, it's not like the team. You can easily say, well, maybe the team in front of him got better. I'm talking defensively, but it's not even the case. Like, he's stealing games. It's like,
and that's a positive.
Defense giving up.
I look at it as a positive too.
That's a big positive.
Definitely a positive. They're giving up the same danger chances they were last year. Just last year they're going in. Now I'm not going to say every game. Now we're stealing games because of our goaltending.
Look, and sorry, Auntie, I'm going to say this real quick. I'm not expecting him to play like that every night. I'm really not. I'm expecting him to have a
10 goals tomorrow.
Well, listen, hold on a sec. Like, we laugh, and some of us kind of, in a sense, hope that happens.
Some of us, Joey.
It's against the Flyers. It's against, the Panthers too. So that fucking sucks big times in terms of the
We
standings.
need Montreal to win tomorrow, Sam.
Overtime and overtime.
No, regular.
Oh, dude, we need like Vancouver to win
you don't
right
want
now.
them to get a point.
Look, all I'm saying is that, like, as long as the progression is there, like, let's say if the Canadians lose, but if they don't get blown out, you see that Montembeault's making saves, but it's just like the puck goes in because of deflection, a screenshot, and they lose because of that goal. Man, I could live with that. I could seriously live with that for the rest of the season. But look, if he's playing well to the point where they're winning, look, man, you gotta look at that as a positive, despite how you feel about the tank.
100%.
Go ahead, everyone.
No, I'm laughing because whoever's watching us on YouTube, if you see me trying to take pictures, because we're finding a full house. I want to post up something on our Instagram page. But every time, I'm telling you, I saw 4 pictures, and all fucking 4 Sammy's eyes. I'm telling you,
I'm looking like I take a shit or something, or
every single picture.
That's how you take a shit.
Look at this.
That sounds good.
Every picture is you freaking eyes closed. I can't keep you with your eyes open.
Why don't you take a picture? Look right now.
Okay, everybody's. We're on fucking recording live. It's all you said. Cheese, Adri. Cheese.
What?
All right, no, but anyways, back to what we were saying. Joe, you said it right. Like, we're this guy is playing the way he is with nobody. Imagine, just picture it. Again, I don't want to put my hopes up and get there too fast, because anything can happen tomorrow. But he's trending the right direction. And Sammy, you said that he was shit last year. He couldn't let in a puck in. Towards the end, he
couldn't stop a beach ball.
Like nothing. My kids could have fucking stopped that. But towards the end, he actually started.
Yeah, he's
trending upwards.
Yeah, but like he was playing out of like 4 games. There was one game where it's like, oh, he's playing very well.
Yeah,
and then now it's a bit of the opposite. It's like I'd say more than 3 out of 4 games he plays. It's like, oh, he's playing well. So listen, man, he's got to be trending upwards. Keep it going. Yep. Look, we're gonna get to Kent Hughes' midseason press conference later on. He's like, we're not touching Montembeault. Like, he's here to stay for now.